A new update for Doom Eternal was released today, and it adds several quality of life changes as well as the third master level in the game, with Super Gore Nest. Before we get into the big news though, I wanted to touch on the smaller features of this update. First of all, there is an upcoming Christmas event called Gift Wrap and Tear, and has various holiday related items to unlock. The Doomslayer has a Santa outfit, and this makes me really want to unlock him, since my little cousins also play the game and they like dressing up in the more goofy costumes. There are also new weapon skins and cosmetic changes to the Revenant, Archvile, and Mancubus. These are all excellent additions, and if you're keeping up with the Doom Eternal events and collecting all of these bonuses, this Christmas event starts on December 10th, so be on the lookout for that. If you have a few weeks off of work for the holidays, then play some Doom Eternal and get those event rewards. However, the main attraction of this free update is the new master level, Super Gore Nest, and the new modes available for the master levels. When I first played the Cultist Base and Arc Complex master levels, I thought they were a cool novelty, but not much else. They had more enemies, and they were a challenge, but I didn't find that much appeal in going back and playing them, until now. With the Super Gore Nest master level, there are brand new environmental hazards added onto the level to make it even more challenging, which is brilliant, and I hope that the previous master levels will be updated like this. When you encounter the Marauder in this master level, there will be a mist that wasn't there in the original level, and there are also added tentacles which will keep you on your toes. All of these are small but excellent changes and really add to the master levels. It gives me more incentive to go and play these because I know there will be certain changes made to the environment, which is always great to see. The Super Gore Nest master level might be the hardest map in Doom Eternal, period, and that's even counting the Ancient Gods expansion. Coupled with the new classic mode, the Super Gore Nest becomes insanely difficult, insanely fast. Classic mode is a new feature within the Super Gore Nest master level only, which is kind of disappointing, but I'm sure they will implement it into the other maps at some point. This mode starts the player out with only the combat shotgun, and you have to collect all of your other weapons and mods as you progress through the level, similar to classic Doom when you play a map from a pistol starts. This is genius, and it completely adds a new dimension to the gameplay. You have to scrounge for all of your weapons back, and it makes things really intense, especially when you have a group of cyber demons coming after you, with the combat shotgun as your only means of defense. Like I said before, this new mode is not compatible with the previous master levels, but now that the foundation is laid down, I'd imagine it would be fairly easy to implement, and I hope they do at some point. That being said, the Super Gore Nest master level is free, and while it's brutal and extremely challenging, it's also very entertaining and is well designed. I also appreciate how you can unlock all new cosmetic items by performing challenges in the Super Gore Nest master level. And while it's only a small touch, it's a welcomed one, especially for players who love collecting all of that stuff. Super Gore Nest is one of my favourite levels in the game, and I'm looking forward to playing more of the master level. The classic mode gives it even more of a challenge, and it feels way more like a classic shooter from the 90s, which is always good. Along with the classic Doom mode, the extra life difficulty is brought over from the campaign and can be selected for the master levels, as well as the Ultra Nightmare mode, which will give the ultimate challenge to players. Doom Eternal's future is looking bright, and I hope that we can see more master levels churned out quicker since they've now fully developed the classic mode feature, which I assume would have taken them a bit to develop, especially alongside the Ancient Gods DLC. One quality of life improvement found in this update across all platforms is the quick swap loading screen tip, which is a pretty integral aspect of advanced Doom Eternal play that all players should get a grasp on. I hope more of these loading screens are added in regards to more expert play. Like, the game has been out for long enough, and it should be teaching players who are still enjoying the game more tips. I might do a video later on regarding what I want to see in future Doom Eternal updates, but but one thing I will say is that I would like to see a customizable Repertorium room. I want to choose which monsters will spawn, perhaps the look of the arena and the ability to add environmental hazards, etc. This will no doubt attract players to the Repertorium more and will make players want to use it, because it's just kinda there as it is and it doesn't get touched. Regardless, Doom Eternal Update 4 is out now and I urge everyone to play it. The Super Gore Nest Master level looks like chaos, and I can't wait to complete the Classic mode for it. I hope that the Classic mode is implemented throughout all of the Master levels, and that after the Ancient Gods Part 2 DLC is done and over with, they don't just abandon Doom Eternal and instead put out the rest of the Master levels. I would even like to see Master levels of the Ancient Gods maps, as crazy as that would be. Would that even work, considering that the Ancient Gods is difficult and insane with its monster placement as it is? I'm not sure, but it would be the ultimate challenge among Doom Eternal players. After the Ancient Gods Part 2, I am concerned that the support for Doom Eternal might slip as they work on the next Doom game. But id Software has been doing a pretty solid job so far of keeping the game active even a year on, so whatever. I know this might be a stretch, but I hope to see an extension of the Classic mode where you have to find keys in order to progress through the level. That would make me even more happy than I already am, but seeing as how the levels are quite linear and have very specific sequencing with the monsters and arenas etc, I know that adding extra keycards would be tough to implement. Keeping with the Classic theme though, I would love to see retro throwback skins for the monsters and the Doomslayer. People would no doubt try and collect those and would be on Doom Eternal for a while grinding XP. How are you feeling about the Doom Eternal Super Gore Nest Master level? And apart from that, what is your favourite feature of the update excluding the Master level stuff? I personally love the Classic mode and how id Software is gearing up for Christmas with the new event. For now, I'm completely satisfied with the Super Gore Nest Master level and the surrounding updates. I only wish that the new modes were compatible with the other Master levels, and I hope that in the future we will see updates for the older Master levels too. Imagine having more environmental hazards in the Art Complex Master level for example, on top of the purple sludge that the level already has. I do understand that those Master levels were created before they really had a direction for where they wanted to take the Master levels and what they could eventually form into with the new environmental hazards, the Classic and Extra Life modes, etc. Regardless, Update 4 of Doom Eternal is great, and I'm eager to see what id Software have planned for the other updates beyond, as well as for the Ancient Gods Part 2. Could we potentially see some overlap between Ancient Gods enemies and the Master levels in the future? I'm not sure, but whatever happens, I'll be playing Doom Eternal nevertheless. Thanks for watching.